Hi there, it's Lori, and my story is this is the second time I'm doing this tutorial. Here's what it will look like because I recorded and there was no sound. So this is lemon peel stitch. So single, double, single, double, single, double, and I started on a single, ended on a double. So that's how it will be. I went 8 rows. I did 12 stitches across. This one was only 10 stitches across and was plenty large. I'm going to approach the sleeves a little bit differently though. So because they were not wide enough. Anyway, so what we're going to do so that we do not have to, this is all going to be done in one piece. So it's literally going to get folded over and sewn, and that's it. That's all one piece. You'll see. All right, so I'm here at 8 rows. Again, I'm making this up on the fly to some degree. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain an even amount. You see I'm doing that pretty loosely. It's going to be different when we come to the other sleeve, but okay, so I did 8, but I need to add 1 for a turning chain. And I'm going to turn my work. I would not try to go into the bottom bump here. The reason is then it's on the bottom of this and then your sleeve is twisted. So we're going to skip this one and go into this chain, and we're going to do a single crochet, US terms. We're going to yarn over and go into the next stitch, double crochet, and then single crochet, double crochet, single, double, single, double. Okay, now notice this is the last one before this was the last stitch before, so this is where we should be. Okay, so we're going to double crochet into that. Then we're going to go into this, what was it, the end, it's a double crochet, so we would start with a single crochet, and so we know we've done it right because that is the correct next stitch. Go ahead and double crochet, single. The other side is a little more challenging, so I will show you that. I'll try to do this quickly. We're just alternating singles at the top of the double and doubles into the single. Yep, I missed a loop. There we go. And again, it's just an ornament, so it really doesn't matter. This is in part, it is in red because for the Make It Red challenge for Jill Fiber Floozy Crafts Jill. All of that information will be linked below. Oop, that's a single. Did I do a double into a single? What did I do? Hold on. That's a double. All right. And this has many names, one of which is lemon peel stitch. Okay, so the single that was at the beginning, we're going to go into that, and we're going to double crochet. Now, here's the thing. We cannot do it the same way as we did this. This is why I do foundations, because I tend to have a lot of curvature when I do it on a chain. It'll flatten out, though, because then this sleeve would be a row higher. So what you have to do is go down to the base of the double, okay, and you're going to go in there and you're going to pull through 1. So that's making the chain, and then make your single. Okay, and then yarn over, go under those 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 1 because you're making the chain. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you can see that they're in the same row. So we just had to approach it differently, and their bottoms will look a little bit different. Okay, does that have 2 chains? I feel like I didn't do something right. Where's my chain? Hold on. Okay. Yarn over, pull through 1 there. So there I've got 2 chains now. There's a chain right here and a chain right here. Okay. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, go under the 2 loops, single, which is yarn over, pull through 1 to make the chain, yarn over, pull through 2. yarn over, go underneath the 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. Go in under the 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Okay, let me use that. Okay. Oops, forgot to yarn over because it's a double time. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Go underneath the 2 loops in that chain you made. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1 to make the chain. Yarn over, pull through both. Okay, yarn over, pull. Go underneath the 2, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, I think is that how many I need? I think it is. Yeah, okay. So I now have 8 stitches. We don't have to do that turning chain thing. We don't need an extra because of how we did that as a foundation. So now we've got our sleeves attached. They're on the same row. Yes, the bottoms look a little bit different, but that's going to get sewn together, so it won't matter. Okay, we're going to do oh, 4 rows, I guess. 4 rows, and I'm going to come back. We're just going to go back and forth with the lemon peel. Okay, so I'm on the 4th row here. So I will chain 1. I can pull it down tight. You don't have to chain 1 if you want to just go in and do a single. You can do that. And then I'm going to show you. We're going to do our single double down the sleeve. Remember, the doubles go into the single and the single goes in the top of the double. Okay. Okay. That is the edge. That's this edge right here. So I'm going to do 1 more. So I'm going to put a double crochet into this stitch. And then I'm going to skip 10 stitches. So I'm going to need to chain 10. Pretty loose. Okay. Skip the 10 stitches. Yep. That one right there. And make a single. And then into this single, we're going to do a double. Because remember, we always end with the double. And that's technically the end of the body. So we now have our neck. This is going to be where we fold. Okay, and then we're going to continue to the end of the row. Singles in the top of the double, doubles into the single. You should always end on a double till the last. The first stitch is a single, so the last stitch will be a double. Okay. Now, we're going to go across here, but then we're going to need to pick up those 10 stitches, right? So you can either go into the chain or around the chain. It's your call. So the first stitch is always a single, and the second is always a double because it's reversed, right? We ended on a double, so we start on a single. We start on a single, so we end on a double. And that is how it is every single row. Okay. Single, this one's a double. So you do pay attention to what stitch you just did. I'm going to be lazy and do a single. I'm just going to go around the chain. If this was like a real sweater, because you can use the same idea with a sweater for a human. How many was that? 2. Okay. Then you probably would want to go to the chain. stitches. Let me pull them apart a little bit here. Okay. 2 more. And we know it's right because this one's a double, so my next stitch needs to be a single, which is the same as what that dictated. Okay? And you can see it kind of creates, by going around the chain instead of through the chain, it kind of creates a mess, and I was kind of loosey-goosey about it, but that's fine. Then we go to the end of the row, and we're going to do 4 rows like this. 4 full rows again. And then I'll meet you back in a minute. Actually, before I go further, so there were 4 rows up to where I did the chain. So this is row 1, this is row 2, so we only need 2 more rows. All right, and then I'll show you how to decrease it back down. Okay, so you can see when I fold it over that the sleeves are the same, and that I like them a lot better than these. These sleeves were too skinny. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch to this stitch right here. And it should be 8 stitches. Okay, and then that's the sleeve. Now we're back to the body. We go ahead and do our single crochet and then a double. Just make sure your singles are going on top of your doubles and your doubles on top of your singles, or into your singles. I believe that's the last stitch, but let me check. No, maybe not. No, 2 more stitches. 3 more stitches. Because we need to end with a double. Oh, 2 more stitches. Okay. There's our double. Now, to make this cleaner, we could go ahead and slip stitch, but again, that's going to get sewn together. So it's just going to get hidden anyway. So we're not going to worry about it. Now, we're going to turn. I probably should chain 1 and turned. And we're going to do a single because that's a double. And we should have 12 stitches here. And I forgot to do the little hanger thing again. Darn it. Okay. Always end on a double. And then we just chain 1 and turn. Or if you don't chain when you turn, that's fine too. Again, literally does not matter, especially for an ornament. But this is going to create a 1-panel sweater. You can do this with a person size or a doll size sweater where it's just 1 panel and then the only sewing you have is here on each side. Fold it in half. You can make the neck fancier if you want. You can put ribbing around there, whatever you want to do. Now, this is going to be the end product. I'm not going to show you the rest of the process because I think me describing it should be enough, and the video is already plenty long. So we're going to go and make sure we have enough, the same number of rows that this back panel, well, front panel, whichever, was. Actually, I think that side it looks a little nicer. No, maybe not. I don't know. Not sure. They're really close to the same. I'm really, literally terrible at right side, wrong side with most things. Not always, but with a stitch like this, I definitely have trouble telling. So we're going to make sure those are the same length. Then we're going to sew up here however you sew up. If you want to turn it inside out, you can. I don't like how I sewed this up, so I will do this one differently. I feel like it needs something, maybe a little micro crochet snowflake or something, snowman, something. It needs something. Or star. Anyway, so that's what you'll do. Finish it up. Sew here, and then come up in here, attach, make a chain, and weave in your ends, and then you have a Christmas ornament sweater. Now this one's kind of big, so I would still go with the 10 stitches here instead of 12. But the number of rows seems right. But the width, I think, is making it feel really big. So this one seems about the right size to me. But this one's done more correctly because I made the sleeves wider, which is very, very necessary. So just match up how many rows it is again, and then just sew here. Now, if you wanted to make it like a gift pouch, you can sew from here and across the bottom and here. Put that hanger on it, and you could stuff this with little treats. So, or put it on a garland or whatever. It can very much be a Festivus for the rest of us kind of ornament, decoration. Anyway, thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? And hugs to you all.